So hello and welcome back to Gimme Five, children and middle grade, and of course young adults book review right here on YouTube with Elizabeth. And today I am joined with a guest reviewer who's Tori, also a good personal friend, who is an author and whose pen name is TJ Kristoff. She's best known for her poetry and nonfiction books as well. Hello, Tori. How are you today?
I am fantastic. Thanks for having me on your show. It's great to be here. How are you?
Certainly honored to have you on the show. I'm doing well, thank you. And today we are reviewing middle grade book. And would you like to tell us about that book? Introduce it for us, please, Tori.
Absolutely. So the book is called The Wonder Girls by J.M. Carr. And this is a fantastic book. It's about 252 pages, and it's ranked number 71 in children's Holocaust history books. And that's on Amazon. The rating is on Amazon is number 71.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's really looking good out there. The book is rated for children age 9 and up. Grade level, I think it was 4 and up.
Yeah.
So it's a good read. It's caught my interest right off the bat.
Fantastic. Thank you for that. Yeah, the Wonder Girls is very interesting because a lot of kids these days, they will study about the Holocaust period in school, but
Hmm.
there's a lot of intimate details of things that went on the inside that, you know, a lot of us aren't aware. I wasn't aware of till I read this book. So
Hmm.
it's pretty cool. It takes place during the fascism realm or regime of Hitler. So it's 1936 in England. It's based where we have the Blackshirts are marching and the Londoners with the streets are resisting them. And it's all about the Aryan race and Hitler, and it has a lot of orphans that are abandoned during this period through one thing or another. As we know, during the Holocaust, a lot of Jewish families were being protected by their German friends, and they were killed. And there was a lot of children who were left orphans. So, as it turns out, the book starts off with Baby, who is not an Aryan child, who is basically an orphan on the streets and being trampled by these Londoners who are protesting and resisting the black shirts, and a golden haired, beautiful little girl who's dressed really well, but
Hmm.
a little bit dirty because she's been on the streets, right? She reaches out and picks up Baby, who's probably about 11 or 12 years old, and protects her from being trampled, basically. And then, as she's doing this, a very nice car pulls up, and these wealthy looking people get out, and they're obviously after the golden haired girl, right? And
Right.
the orphan, Baby is her name, protects the golden hair. She calls her Goldilocks. Later turns out to be Sophie. So these people step out and they grab up Goldilocks, Sophie, and put her in the car. And Baby grabs onto the car, and their hands press together on the glass. And she vows to find her and save her from these captors, right? And they drive off, practically dragging Baby along with them. So it's a really amazing girl power story. I love it. Our main characters are Baby and her sibling sister Fingers, which is a nickname for Florence. And then there's Ida and her little sister Bonnie, who her mother is dying, and she's trying to protect her little sister, who is also golden haired, right?
Hmm. Right.
So as it turns out, these girls have protecting themselves in a railway carriage that's hidden in the brambles. And so it's a really amazing historical adventure of these orphans.
Yeah, and
And
it's just amazing too. On that note, how just throughout the whole story, it's just this overwhelming display of power that they have. This it's like it's warm-hearted. It's they show that there there might be times when there's peril.
Yeah.
They're faced with peril, but yet they're going to do what they have to do to protect each other, which is really really neat to see. And especially from a bunch of girls, you think girl power, yeah, we can do this. And they really put it to the test. So it's really a good book.
It really is, and and not only they're trying to survive on their own, now they have to tackle the infamous Nettlefield Grange orphanage, was run by this
Exactly.
notorious Mrs. Butler, right? So
Right.
they have it coming from all angles just to survive, and they're bonding together and sticking together. I mean, I was it was hard to put the book down to actually say, okay, it's time for me to go to bed and get some sleep, because I wanted to keep seeing what was happening next. I had a hard time putting it down. So I did it. I pretty much read through this book in about 4 days. It is an amazing book. It's not just for kids, it's for adults. And I learned a lot about different things that went on in that era. As you mentioned, it's a historical fiction, right? So based in the European era there in England, 1936. And
Well,
it's
if
go
you
ahead.
think it's if you thought this was exciting, then you'll be really excited to know that she's got another book coming out, volume 2, book 2.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So
right. The Wonder
mhm,
Girls Resist. Thank you for
yeah.
that. Yeah. And what's cool about that, Tori, is we made the connection that the first book, The Wonder Girls that we're reviewing today, was released 2 years ago, October 4th, 2019. Wow.
2000. Yep.
And the new book, Wonder Girls Resist, is being released on the anniversary, October 4th, 2021.
And you know what's even more remarkable than that
What's that?
is that the author never really even liked to do a lot of writing whenever she was growing up.
Oh
She
yeah,
never
tell us more
dreamed.
about the author.
Yeah, she never dreamed of being a writer. She says that for her, writing wasn't very much fun when she was in school, but she did like to read. So the fact that she's kind of come full circle and turned her love for reading into a joy of writing is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I love that. I can completely relate with that. I love reading, but I hated writing and grammar.
Me too. I can't do grammar to save my life, but I love to write.
Then look at us. We both turned out as authors. That's just uncanny how that journey happens.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
don't. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
super exciting, right? So we have
Right.
the Wonder Girls and the Wonder Girls Resist, which is coming out on the 4th of October. Don't want to miss
October.
that. What other books does J.M. Carr have, Tori?
Oh, that is a very good question. I want to say that one of the books is Bert So Far. How far will Bert go to avoid the truth about her family? That's
Mm,
one.
yeah.
And I think she's got one other one. Let's see, what was that? Spare. Ah, yeah, Spare. How do you survive when your only purpose is to give your life to others, bit by bit? And that's on Kindle.
Wow. So
Mm-hmm.
she's quite an accomplished author, and
Seems
I
to
want to
be.
read that Spare. That sounds really good. It kind of sounds like my
Mm-hmm.
life. Give your life to others bit by bit.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But
Should be interesting.
I think, Tori, we both definitely have to grab the new book too, because we have to figure out what happens to the girls next, right?
For sure.
Because the Wonder Girls that we're reviewing today happens in 1936, and then the next book, Wonder Girls Resist, takes place in once again England in 1937. So 4,000 child refugees from the Spanish Civil War are due to arrive in Southampton docks.
Wow.
Wow. So girl
Wow.
power continues.
Absolutely.
It's
Rock on. They got this.
absolutely. So I highly, highly recommend this book. How about you, Tori?
100%. 100%. If you haven't got it yet, what are you waiting for?
Exactly. Yeah. Read the first book and then grab that first book. It is on the second book. It is on pre-sale right now. Wonder Girls Resist, set to
And if I
release October 4th.
if I didn't say it, the first book is 252 pages, so it's a nice sized book. Good amount of pages there for the average reader. So that'll take you a few days to read. Then the next book coming out is a little bit longer book. So, it's definitely a decent sized book for the average reader. If you're somebody who reads a little bit faster, then you know what, buy both of them at the same time.
Absolutely. And with the winter coming, these are great books to curl up with, the fall season. I love to get yourself a cup of hot cocoa or tea or something.
And these would be good Christmas gifts too.
Oh, yeah, fantastic idea.
Great
Absolutely.
stocking stuffers.
Get the set. Yep. And that,
Yes,
yeah, an escape. I mean, not just for your kids, but for your
for
friends. I
you.
mean, we loved it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and it has a lot of great historical things, so it's educational as well. And
Mm-hmm.
I like it because, it gave me confidence to go do my everyday thing. Sometimes we have challenges even as adults, of course we do. But, you know,
Oh
for
yeah.
these young kids to be able to read this and have courage that wow, if they could do that, maybe I can, maybe, to be
Mm-hmm.
brave and through learning through these stories. So fantastic book. Tori, thank you so much for joining us today.
It was great to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, let's do this again sometime real soon.
All right.
Well, this has been a Give Me Five review, and thank you for joining us, everybody. And we'll hear from you on the next one. Till then, bye for now.
Right.